My project was rejected. Now I have to go through the process of offering this same animatic that I have before you to another company. Oh, whoops, I'm actually supposed to erase everything in here that reveals who I was working with. So let's just go ahead and act like you never saw that. I made this animatic. I pitched it to a company, got their feedback on it. Things were looking good. Finally, I sent them my price and they rejected it. Now I got to go through the process of making some minor edits to this animatic. I don't really want to give up on it just yet, so I can offer it to another company who has a similar product, another portable drawing device product. What do we animators do with our spare time? We don't really want to put too much work into the animatic in case the company has some drastic feedback. If we start animating, we're likely going to have to redo everything that we just did. But there is one thing that we can do in the meantime, which will make the animation process much easier. Welcome to my visual library using Milanote. Milanote is your digital notebook. It's a tool designed to organize any sort of creative project with images, links, videos, notes, columns, to-do lists, color swatches. I mean, hey, you can even draw straight in the program if you want to. Everything you need to get organized is here. Building a visual library of memorized movements will not only improve your skills as an animator. If you haven't already seen my video about animating from imagination, go watch that now. I recommend that you make your storyboards and animatics from imagination after that. When we want to animate something convincing, now we take reference and we memorize it. So let me show you how. Observation fuels imagination. And when it comes to memorizing a reference, we do so using a motion protocol. I have the steps organized in my Milanote using a regular text box and listing them in order. First, we get the timing and spacing of a movement. So we have frame numbers, our core drawings, keys, extremes, and breakdowns, as well as the path the motion follows. I'll show you that in a moment. Next, we get the mechanics. So those are our forces, contact and non-contact. Two important contact forces are squash and stretch, and the chain principle, which is follow through. And lastly, we get the story of a motion, the basic gesture, which will help us draw it quickly, the action hierarchy. So what's the main action? For example, running, the legs moving would be the main action and the arms moving would be somewhat secondary. And the scale, another word for character design in the Noble Frugal Studio. So next we have some example references that have been turned into motion profiles. I've organized these using the columns in Milanote, so I can put things in and out of the column and order them however I'd like to. Now I've set all these videos to autoplay. So as you can see, I can click on the video settings, they will autoplay and they will loop. So I can go ahead and hit play on these. The only reason that paused them is because it's just trying not to waste my memory. And I've linked the specific reference that I've memorized to its relevant motion profile. So I have it right here. I can just click it and it'll give me a full screen view. This is the motion profile of this running reference video. I will always know how to animate a run. So starting with the timing and spacing, I have the cycloid shape here in blue, which is the shape a foot makes when running. I also have the swing of the elbows and the knees in green and red respectively. We have the path of motion, which is sort of like a sine curve as we move up. And then next we have the mechanics. So this is the contact, it's at rest. Passing, we're compressed. That's squash and stretch, so it's squashed. Kickoff, stretched. I illustrate it as the spring. Then next I have the contact, which is another rest position. This is an example of a motion profile, is what we're going to make today. Reference for animators has to be in video. We're really concerned with motion, right? I like how Milanote can embed videos of very high quality. I mean, this tiger one is in 4K and it's playing just fine here. You can have them loop and autoplay to make your visual library look alive. All right, so here's another example of a motion profile of this basketball court shot. Now I got all these videos off of Pexel, so they're royalty free. So I have my composition, I have the movement going, and then I have the several different key poses or extremes if you like. I have the path of motion along with the rhythm and beats of the ball flying through the air and then the poses of the net. And I can use arrows in Milanote, so I can just tap these and put this little arrow this way. I can use those arrows to link each reference to its relevant motion profile or animation. Over here, I have a to-do list. I have to do a jumping motion. I haven't done that really yet. Lastly, I have my unsorted reference, and this was a run that wasn't done with any specific reference in mind. So we just grab this and put it wherever looks nice. So anytime you use the Milanote web clipper extension, it'll place those things in your unsorted folder where you can place them whenever you're ready, or if you're not ready to place them, you don't have anywhere to put them, you can go ahead and just leave them in there. Of course, I have a link to my fundamentals board, which will take me where we were last time, a reminder of the concepts that are being employed in my motion profiles. If you guys want a deeper look at this board and how the 3 fundamentals of animations are the governing categories over the 12 principles, take a look at this video right here. Now, along with my general reference, the more important thing is our project profiles. I recommend after you learn the basics of animation, like those fundamentals we were talking about, go straight into making an animatic, making the project that you want to see. Why? And I'll show you. Let's open up my project reference. This is all my reference specific to this portable tablet commercial I'm working on. I can open up my board here. Now, as you can see, we have that involuntary throw as well as our pencil flip reference already filmed. Turn this into a motion profile here. So as you can see, we start at rest. So S means rest, flatline means nothing or a transition. Next, we get a hold on the pen, put it down, so that's the compressed pose, and then I or an L means stretched, so it flicks the pen because the pen is actually ripped between the middle and ring finger, and then those bring this bottom of this pen downwards, as you can see in this arrow right here, while the thumb flicks it upwards, so the pen will move in a circular motion. Now that we get an understanding of how we can build a visual library in general and also for a specific project, which I highly recommend, let's make a motion profile for this involuntary throw. I think the pencil flip was the hardest one, so let's go for something a little bit easier, and then we'll talk about how we can commit these motion profiles to memory. Let's go. Okay, so this is about done. Let's add this back into Milanote. And now I'm just going to open up my Portal Tablet Project Visual Library. And now the most satisfying part of this entire process is adding our finished motion profile animation study to our noteboard. There's really nothing like just being surrounded by all of your hard work. But in the meantime, I'm going to do as many of these studies as I can so that the animation process will be much easier. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you Milanote for sponsoring this video. Check out Milanote if you're looking to make a visual library that has excellent video embed features. You don't have to structure your library like this. Milanote also has several different templates to get some inspiration for your own Milanote board. They're even divided by occupation and what sort of work you might be doing. So Milanote actually released a mobile app, my same Milanote board. It's on your phone or on your tablet, and it's pretty much an exact port of the desktop version of Milanote, so it's still just as powerful. In fact, I even set up some of these boards on my Android tablet. You can try Milanote for free. There's no time limit. If you're interested in creating your own visual library, sign up using my link in the description below. If you want to know how you can improve your animations faster, check out my last video about Milanote, where we made a complete organized fundamentals board so you can keep track of all the animation concepts that you know. That's all from me, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.